which fires me up. You're looking at the AAU Thunderbirds out there, and this is the U14 division. We've already seen the U11, now we're watching the U14, and obviously they're going to be in the light blue uniforms, and they're going to be taking on the Vegas Wildcats. Love that name, Vegas Wildcats, and they're coached by Greg Draper, Alicia Bujani, and Jessica Sider are the coaches for the Thunderbirds. And I'll go through the rosters as this game progresses along. We'll get the opening tip-off underway here. 16-minute halves, and we'll go over some of the other different rule changes. Each team gets 2 timeouts per half. They're always full timeouts. They have the 7 team fouls equals a 1-on-1, 10 team fouls equal the double bonus. And 60-minute halves, like I said, instead of quarters. Other than that, I think we're all up to date, and we'll get this thing underway. As Megan Wilberg will be one of the Wildcats jumping center against the Thunderbirds, and we're up, we're going, and that's going to be chased down. Thunderbirds with the basketball. It's Landcourt, number 5, and she'll be picked up defensively in the back court, and the ball taken away. Good pressure by the Wildcats up, no good. Rebound is controlled by the Thunderbirds, and they're looking to get the ball out, and they'll come back to Landcourt. That's going to be a tough matchup right there. If they're going to play like this pace, that's going to be a travel call. It's Elizabeth Hawk, number 23, that doing a good job here in the first 22 seconds of the ball game. And this is going to be Massey with the basketball. And Massey, she's going to run the point, it looks like, and she works off the screen, gets to the elbow, and you see that defense sliding right now. Looks like it's going to be in a zone defense to start with. They'll bring the ball all the way back around and just bring it back to Massey. Brewer has it, number 11. And again, I'll do the rosters as this progresses. She just lost the handle, got the ball to Massey. Her shot will be a little short, and it's going to go out of bounds. And I don't believe anybody touched it. No, it'll become Thunderbird basketball. So the Thunderbirds with number 12, Davin, Emily Davin out there. And Edwards also in the backcourt along with Landcourt. So we are set for this possession with 1 minute gone. No score yet, but a lot of action. Up and don't get the roll, and a couple bounces and the ball wouldn't drop, and that shot was taken by Sarah Miles. No, it was not. It was taken by Amelia Morrissey. So Morrissey with the shot and the miss, and the rebound coming down to the Vegas Wildcats. So the Wildcats in the white tops with mostly black shorts. There's a pair of red shorts out there, and the light blue uniforms of the Thunderbirds. This is Massey. She'll square up between circles and looked at it but didn't take the shot. And she rolled down inside and didn't get the ball back. But I'll tell you one thing very evident here, there's a lot of height difference as far as the Wildcats having the taller team. Davin with the catch on the run goes to the baseline, and that might have been partially blocked. It actually looked like a finger got on it by Draper, and then the putback got it. That was number 20 this time, and that was Sarah Miles, and she'll have the game's first bucket. So 2-0 Thunderbirds. The ball will come off on the side to Draper, and shot taken and put in there by Brewer. So Brewer will rattle it in and tie the game up at 2. Now Landcourt was looking for the pressure from Hawk. She turned around, had a little more court to work with than she thought about, and actually almost traveled on a hesitation. And boy, the ball with a good bounce came down to the Thunderbirds off the baseline on the roll. No good off the bucket. Up and got it. Morrissey with a couple baskets now, and it goes 4-2 Thunderbirds. This is going to be Kristen Massey the other way with the basketball, and they'll give that pass all the way back out. Went from Draper to Brewer, and the ball will become free, picked up by Edwards to Landcourt. So Landcourt wearing that protective face shield, and she actually dribbled on that inline or midline and came close to making a backcourt. Down inside, and oh, great pass, great movement. Everybody rolling toward the baseline, and they got the ball to Morrissey, and Amelia now with 6 points. 6-2, this is the score as Vegas down by just 4. Hawk with the basketball on the elbow, and they'll come back to Massey. Thought about the 3 ball, got it inside the arc, goes to the elbow, and Hawk up, Hawk front rimmed it. I tell you what, she squared up nicely, had a good snap on the wrist. It came back to Draper to Hawk, and the catch on this side. The baseline, see the pivot, Massey, nope, a little bit strong and long, and the rebound will be taken out by Draper. Weak side offensive rebound, and they need that. 12:40 to go in this opening half of play. Brewer looking for the left-handed shot of hers to drop down for the second time, and this time it's off the back of the rim and no good, and Morrissey will give the ball to Landcourt. So a lot of these players were at the Ernie D. Gregorio Clinic last night, and they went over an awful lot about defensive play, and they did touch upon the offensive stuff, but mostly they were worked on defense. And of course, Ernie D. Gregorio, fantastic job coming down working with the group of young ladies, and 2 hours of intense basketball, but it was fun. They had a lot of fun. That ball was slapped away, controlled, Massey with it, ducked underneath Morrissey, and she's going to just dribble back to find some open court. And the defense, when she came out, the defense came out, and boy, that takes away a lot of freedom to think about what you want to do. And this is Hawk. Hawk opened the game up with the steal, just couldn't get the bucket. We're 11:58 to go, and Draper might have stepped out. Yeah, that's what the call is. She got close to that inline, stepped out of bounds, and we're going to have the first timeout taken. Well, we'll take a peek over here at the Vegas Wildcats. And I'll do the roster for you in its entirety. And I'll start with number 1, Jessica Schiller. And number 5 is Tori Draper. Corey Brewer is 11. Megan Wilberg is 12. And Kristen Massey is number 14. Chelsea Poljasic is 15. Elizabeth Hawk, 23. And Kelsey Boudreau is number 24. And like I said, Greg Draper is the head coach. This is the U14 squad. We've played, well, we're at the 11:54 the play mark in the first half. 6-2 is the Thunderbirds with the lead, and I can tell you that you can go to the website at www.pegtv.com and get scheduling information for the television viewing time. I can also tell you that every Saturday starting at 4 o'clock, Tom Leipold, the program director at Channel 15, starts Games of the Week. And I can also tell you about the new feature on the computer. If you go to the website and click on Video on Demand, you can watch sports or talk shows or parades or anything you want right on your computer. Couldn't be made any easier. So Davin on the baseline, waiting to get the ball handed to her. She'll put the ball into play. Murphy into the ball game, came back to get the pass, and they made a lot of subs now. I'm going to catch up to them. I'll go down to Morrissey, and she's just been a force. She was impressive in the clinic last night, and she's been a force here today in the game. And not only did she get the initial shot down low, she got her own missed rebound, or shot off the missed, or rebound off the missed shot, and then she went right back to the hole. Good instincts, I think, is what I see in number 24, Amelia Morrissey out there. She's got a lot of natural instincts, and it goes with her ability, and she got 2 shots coming up from the free throw line. That is the first foul called on the game, and she's going to get the shot to go up and in. I can tell you that number 14 is out there for the Thunderbirds, Ashley McCormick. And I know I saw other new numbers out there. I think Lauren Edwards, number 1, is out. Yeah, she's out there, Lauren Edwards. And again, Draper now will have a little more court to work with as they pull off that full court pressure defense. There's the screen set up high, the baseline screen, and then the defense reacted nicely, and I believe we have a 3-second call. Lane violation. And that is what the call is, and the ball will go over to the Thunderbirds now. Katrina Murphy, 22, is out there. Okay, so I think I've got you up to date on all the changes. Draper will make the steal number 5, and she'll bring the ball back to her teammate, who's number 12 out there, and that's Wilberg. Wilberg started the ball game with a jump at center, and Poljasic will spin away from Murphy under pressure. They'll look. Right now there's been a lot of outside shots, and that's going to be Massey with the outside shot. That's no good, and boy, she's out of bounds, yeah. It was a good effort, but she was out of bounds no matter how much she tiptoed, and it'll be white basketball. And even though we're very early in the contest, and it's just 7-2 the score, the Thunderbirds with the lead. They've got to get a basket here, or a good possession. I'm talking about the Wildcats. And Murphy with the crossover right in the middle of the court between circles, brings the ball down. Morrissey with the ball fake, up and no. Trying to use the glass. Look at Morrissey followed up. Morrissey with the basket. See, that's just impressive to me. Just going right after the foul. Simple things. What you taught early on. After you take your shot, follow your shot up. And that's what she's doing. And Rob with the call. Rob Black with the call. So it'll be a blocking foul. And I believe they called it on McCormick. But we will have the ball taken out of bounds by Chelsea Poljasic, number 15 of the Wildcats. They thought about it, spun around, and then kicked the ball back wide. That's a tough shot, and got it! Oh, what a tough shot, man. Oh, Poljasic, I really didn't think that had a chance when it left her hand in a double team on a tough angle to the side of the basket, and she made it. Morrissey with a great pair of hands, made the catch, got into traffic. Draper with the steal. She's going to outlet the basketball, and I believe it's going to become from Murphy. Should stay white. I think it's going to be white basketball. And Schiller, that's what I missed. Jesse Schiller out there for Vegas, as Edwards will come out and take a breather. And they're looking to get the ball in play. They do. They'll beat the 5 count. They got in the number 1, Schiller. And here comes Murphy with the steal. Murphy full throttle. Murphy pulls up, lets it fly, and a little bit off the mark. Lancor in there had the ball tipped out of her hands on the shot. Draper and Lancor, and I believe one out from Lancor, is both wearing number 5, battling for the ball. And it'll be Draper taking the ball out of bounds, and she'll have number 14, Massey, back there with her. Massey will just toss it up ahead to Poljasic. Back to Massey, just outside the elbow, made the ball fake, and then thought she had a lane to the bucket. That got taken away, and they'll just reset now. And she needs some help now. She's lost the dribble, and boy, a lot of traffic down there. And yeah, went off from McCormick out of bounds. There was not a lot of space to work with there. And Wilberg, number 12, helped up off the floor, and Krista Massey gets the ball into Poljasic, back to Massey, and getting a lot of perimeter play right now by the Wildcats. Of course, got to contribute some to factor here. The defense being played by the Thunderbirds, an outstanding defensive job. 9:28 to go in this first half, and I believe went out from Schiller's foot out of bounds. Yeah, so Schiller had to go off her foot out of bounds. Now we're going to see some pressure in the backcourt again by the Wildcats. Landcourt has checked back at number 5. We'll go to McCormick. Her pass was picked off, and then Massey tried to tip it forward to Poljasic. And it goes out of bounds, and the official will take a little breather, and he'll tie issue up, and I'll tell you there's 9:20 to go in the first half of play. 9-4 Thunderbirds, U14 squad with the lead. And I know I've got U16 games also, but you'll see a lot more basketball from this tournament as this weekend unfolds. That's going to be great. Great aggressive step toward the bucket by Morrissey. Yeah, so Morrissey will be stepping up the line, and like I said, she's been aggressive. She has been good, and she was last night in the clinic. You could stand back like Ernie D and I were talking and watch and see who the players are going to be when he comes back in 5 years. He can tell you who the players are going to be. And I could tell you Morrissey was on his list. Miles coming in for McCormick, number 20 for number 14 for the Thunderbirds. So that makes it a 10-4 game, and that makes it an 11-4 game. And I believe that's the largest lead now in the basketball game. That's Poljasic with the ball. And Lancor there defensively got the ball back. Poljasic up, tough shot, all air. Was it tipped? No. Blue basketball. And what they're doing very nicely also is Hawk back in the ball game, number 23 for the Wildcats. Murphy to Lancor, and Lancor with one more pass will go to Miles, to Murphy, to the basket off the heel of the rim. No good. The put back, and then twice they put it back, and I think that was last touch by Morrissey. No, it was not last touch by Morrissey. It's going to, yes it was, it's going to be white basketball. And Corey Brewer will bring the ball into Poljasic. So Poljasic with Massey on the bench. Looks like Poljasic will run the offense, and that's a nice grab there. Brewer able to get the ball, and Brewer with a bucket in the ball game already will go to Hawk, and getting there working everything up high. That was to give and go, and that was well defended. And that shot will rattle around and come out, and Morrissey will get the rebound. See her keep the ball alive. Her hands moving. That's so they can't reach in and tie the ball up easier. Hawk knocked the ball away from Murphy, and Murphy able to recover it. They'll go down to Miles, and she was put it up by the free throw line, and I think it got tipped. I'm waiting for the official to tell me what's going on, and it will be white basketball, and they'll be taken out by Brewer, and she'll bring it into Poljasic. So Poljasic picked up by Lancor, and the screen set by Hawk, and Hawk rolled off from it, and the defense hedged off on it, so she really wasn't open to get the ball back. Brewer turns, and I'm waiting to see if the official said, oh no, I have to wait because they recovered the ball. Poljasic got it! just inside the arc of the three-point line and become a two-point shot, and they needed that. You know, it's only a 5-point deficit, but it just seems like it should be so much more. No, I think what happened, she was just so surprised to be that open. That's going to be off from Morrissey's hands, out of bounds, and it'll become Brewer taking the basketball out of bounds with 7:28 to go in the first half of play, and she's going to bring it into Poljasic. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Coach Draper. Yeah, so we'll swing it over and take a look at Coach Bugiani, Alicia. Outstanding player herself. Got assistant coach Jessica Sider over there with her, and on her roster again, Lauren Edwards wears 1, Elizabeth Swain is number 3, Courtney Lancourt 5, Jessica Perry 10, Emily Davin is 12, Holly Cloutier is number 13, Ashley McCormick wears 14, Sarah Miles is 20, Katrina Murphy 22, Amelia Morrissey 24, and Grace Amato is number 50. And again, you are at the Convent Avenue Gym. This tournament being held in all kinds of different locations. Geez, just off the top of my head, I can tell you Mill River, Castleton College, the Keefe Gym, MSJ obviously. And I'm just trying to find where they tell me all those different schools. I should know that without having to do this. But it's just a tremendous undertaking, and Coach Frank Bugiani is, and his whole committee and family, putting together a tremendous effort here to get something of this magnitude, this big a tournament, under control. But a lot of different areas, a lot of different courts, and boy, my hats off to the parents and players also to get organized and get things underway. Hawk was sealed off by Lancourt, and that pass will come back to Poljasic. See Murphy step up, and they're going to run the weave up top. That's just because everything's being played so well defensively down inside. And Brewer tips it to her teammate, and then Hawk will recover the ball, lose the dribble, spin around, and Lancourt with the steal, trying to get it under control. Left-hander, no good. Follow-up, partially blocked from behind, and here comes Hawk. Hawk in the open court. Hawk has Morrissey. She gets rode along the baseline, grabs the ball, and then has just literally taken out by her hands by Lancourt. What team defense that time as they surrounded Hawk. Travel, yeah, got travel. Oh, he didn't make the call, Bobby. Okay, that was a travel call, and the ball will be taken out of bounds by number 5, Tori Draper. Draper will come into Poljasic. That's Lancourt defensively there along with Murphy. And then you can see that Morrissey almost made the steal. The pass will come up to Hawk. Hawk, they got a 3-on-2 right now. Steps inside, and oh, what a great move, and she left it shy on the layup. Beautiful move, though, by Hawk. 6 minutes to go. And that's going to be a foul on Poljasic. And Murphy being talked by Coach Bugiani. Actually, I don't think I say his name correctly. The way he pronounces it on his answer machines, he says it really fast. Bugiani or something like that. And I just don't have that accent, that roll. I say Bugiani. But he always responds, so he knows what I'm talking about. Oh, Morrissey, beautiful move. You gotta count that. Was so pretty.
There you go.
Basket is good, and Morrissey with a chance for a 3-point play. And I gotta tell you, I gotta ask her where she plays her school ball, because she has been quite a show here in this opening half of play. And they're just waiting for a shoe to get tied right now before they continue on. But it's 13-6 with 6 minutes even to go in the first half. And Amelia Morrissey will make it a 3-point play as Massey and Draper get set to check back in for the Wildcats, as Hawk will back up, go across to Brewer. And well, I tell you what, one thing, that defense is reacting extremely quick, like that right there. Morrissey with the steal on the drive. She's got a 1-on-2, lost the handle, and almost took out the photographer. See him? He's trying to act cool, like that didn't bother him, but he almost got weeped out by the ball and a couple players. So 24 coming in for the Wildcats. As they catch up is Kelsey Boudreau. It's Murphy, catches, fires. No. I like the fact that they're shooting the ball, though. A couple times in the first game that I covered today, there were open looks and the teams just didn't take the shots. So they look, Landcourt with a nice catch off a hard pass to Murphy, and Murphy wanted to dump it down inside to Morrissey, and boy, I tell you what, they were thinking right there. Actually, it was Miles with the first touch, then Murphy, and then they went to Morrissey, and the ball went out of bounds. There's the pressure in the back court, and they'll come into Massey. Massey wants to throw over the top to Draper and let her just a little bit too much. This is Davin. She'll get the ball under control in front of the scores table. Come back to Morrissey. Murphy between circles. Hawk there defensively. Davin with the basketball, standing on the three-point arc on the elbow. Will come to Miles. Miles dumps it down inside. 6-footer. Got it. Tell you, Davin came off a screen on the left side of the box, came down to the right side and set herself and just had a nice little shot there. There's the steal and the travel call. Tell you what, though, they are swarming down there. That was Murphy that almost came up with the steal. As Hawk will tie her shoe, and clock down to 5:07 to go. 10-point lead for the Thunderbirds. They're up 16-6. And now Hawk at midcourt. Again, they have a 3-on-2, and Hawk all the way in. No. Follow up. No. Rebound, Thunderbirds. That's Miles with it, and she'll come off to Murphy. That was a good job of attacking the basket twice right there by the Wildcats. They just couldn't get the darn ball to cooperate with them. And that had to be a pass, I guess. Amato, got it. Grace Amato, number 50 in the ball game with a bucket right there. Did a nice job of doing what you're supposed to do. Blacking out on a missed shot and following up. Draper with a nice catch from behind, and well, she kind of did what she wanted. She kept the ball alive as it went off from her teammate. She generated a little 8-footer, a running one-hander, and right now just some cold shooting to go along with some good defense being played by the Wildcats. That's Landcourt will spin out of traffic, bring the ball back to Davin to Murphy. Again, Landcourt playing with that protective face shield, and she had it on last night in the clinic also, but it's got to be bothersome. You know, she says she really has kind of gotten used to it. Okay, so the foul called on number 1, Jesse Schiller. So Schiller called for the foul. That'll send Miles to the line, and since they're not at the 17 foul, it's going to be 2 shots, and it is. The first one up, no good. And again, this is stop the clock with 6:08 to go. Her second shot will go. Well, it took it a few seconds to decide if it was going to go or not, but it did. It danced on the rim and then tickled down through. And Massey with a nice job of grabbing the pass, was a tad bit behind her. And the press in the backcourt has really bothered the Wildcats. But a couple of times when they did break it, they had a 3-on-2 numbers game, and they weren't able to convert that into points. Draper got it. Oh, she got her old shooting hand open there and just swished it for a 19-8 ball game now. Thunderbirds looking at some pressure, looking into Murphy. She'll throw up to Miles. She came back to meet the pass, and 3-on-3 right here is each team able to hustle and get back. I was looking for a model pass tipped, and Hawk with the basketball got fouled. Yeah, Hawk got rid and got fouled. It's just a matter if it's Miles or Murphy that got the foul. So it'll be Murphy picking up the foul. Now Cloutier can come in, number 13 in blue right there, leaving the scorer's table. That's Holly Cloutier. And Coach Draper asking for a timeout, getting the timeout, and we'll zip in here onto his huddle. He saw something, he wants to make an adjustment for it. And I can tell you it's Jesse Schiller, number 1 on his roster. Number 5 is Tori Draper, Corey Brewer is number 11, Megan Wilberg is 12. Kristen Massey, of course, is 14. Chelsea Poljasic, 15. Elizabeth Hawk, 23. And Kelsey Boudreau is number 24. And I'd like to take this opportunity just one more time to thank the Thunderbird Committee and the Thunderbird Organization for allowing me to be here and videotape this for Channel 15 PEGTV and then put it on public access. And the community gets to see not only good basketball, you know, good organization doing a lot of hard work, but you can see the future high school players of tomorrow, today, on Munger Vision. I'd like to thank Ernie D. Gregorio, Celtic great, and of course Providence College, great player there. And his numbers are retired, jersey numbers retired at Providence College recently, telling me about that. But he took time out before his clinic to talk to me for an upcoming sports speech show, and I'd like to very graciously, you know, he was very gracious with his time. I'd like to thank him for all that. And you see Draper, Hawk, and Massey all in white, all lined up, all set to put the ball into play and see what they can generate after that Timeout. Lancor had it on the steal. She lost the basketball back, and we got a foul. Murphy called for the foul. Yeah, so a ball will be no shot yet awarded. It'll be taken out of bounds by Draper. Basically same spot she was before. So Draper goes to Schiller, and Schiller with the grab. Miles there defensively. Massey will step inside. Her running one-hander might have been partially tipped. It came up short, and Murphy looking to go full throttle. Realized the numbers weren't there. Slowed it down and snaps the pass off to Cloutier. She'll go to Miles. Miles down inside to Amato. Up and got it. Tell you what, though, that's playing your role. Amato, a post player, was down where she belonged. They rotated the ball around the weak side, got her a nice passing angle to get the ball to her, and then she got it up and in. And it'll be picked up by Hawk, saved at midcourt. Massey realized she was open. Got it! Massey with the bucket. And Boudreau also had a touch on that play, number 24. 21-10, 11-point lead for the Thunderbirds. So they'll go down to Amato. She'll duck up underneath, little rolling hook shot, and she got it. That was a beautiful move in the paint by Amato. And not sure if there was a foul or the ball went off from Murphy. Ball must have gone off from Murphy. Okay, and Draper coming out, holding her pinky like it might be injured. See if they'll tape it up. They'll come back to Poljasic, who's coming to take her spot on the floor. Oh, she left open and can't drain it this time, and rebound will be fought for. Miles will have it. Miles from Wilberg, and now comes to Amato, and she's looking for a guard, and she'll find Miss Murphy right there to bring it up. And that's going to be a foul on Hawk. The game, even though there's a lot of time left, 2:10 to go here in the first half, and plus the entire second minutes of the second half, is at a, well, like a crossroad point with a 23-10 lead for the Thunderbirds. The Wildcats in white need to make a run here. Amato, no. Amato fighting for the rebound. It'll squirt free from the pile, be put back up and in. I believe it was Murphy that did it. But it's a 15-point lead, and this thing could get away to the point where there won't be enough time in the second half, and you can't change the tempo and the momentum. She's going to take it. She took a three-pointer from the NBA range, and it's a one-and-out deal. They're getting a little rushed, a little frustrated offensively, the Wildcats are. But I'm saying they need a couple, 2 to 3 defensive stops here and some baskets just to kind of level off late in the first half, a minute and a half to go, and get back in the ball game. They need some baskets the last 2 possessions. Amato, after the ball was tipped away, and she's going to pivot, look, and finally find Murphy. Murphy over the midcourt stripe, will be picked up by Massey. She'll stop the ball from going in deeper. Miles sets, fires, no. Tough angle. Lancor with the rebound on the weak side. Her shot was blocked as Poljasic got a piece of it. And Poljasic will pick it up and just flip the ball out to Brewer. Brewer with a few dribbles wants to go back to Poljasic, and then there's a grab by Hawk. Hawk stops, didn't want to take the shot. Massey puts it up, and yeah, that will be out of bounds. Okay, so we have Davin, McCormick, and I guess that's it. So Davin and McCormick coming in. It would be Cloutier taking the ball out of bounds. And the Thunderbirds in control of this first half. A lot of this is because their defense. They have played outstanding defense and really have kept most of the offense on the perimeter right now for the Wildcats. And they frustrated the Wildcats to a degree. You can see Murphy with the ball. 37 seconds go on the game clock in the first half. Amato's been a force in his first half. That's 6 points for Amato now. 27-10, a 17-point lead, and that ball intended for Wilberg was slapped out of bounds. Will stay with the Wildcats in white, trimmed out in the red lettering. And you're watching the U14 AAU section of the Buggiani Thunderbird tournament. White ball, that's what I was waiting to see. It's going to be staying with the Wildcats. On the baseline, that's where, nope, they're going to make Massey run back and forth, and there she goes. She will have it on the sideline, right in front of the Thunderbirds bench. Nice grab by Wilberg. She'll come off the Hawk. 17 seconds to go in the first half of play. Brewer looking, coming back to Pojasic. That's Murphy there defensively. Boy, good ball fake, but then a help defense collapsed the lane when penetration wasn't there. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and won't go in. Amato with the rebound, and Amato got fouled, and I believe it's the 1-on-1 now.
White, 1-5 push. Blue ball. Is that 1-1?
Yeah, it is the 7th foul. It's the 1-on-1. There is no time showing. Yeah, so it's going to be Amato coming down with 6 points in the ball game, and I see no time left. They're checking on that. Right, the foul occurred before. Okay, so yeah, there is, just because there's 0-0 on the clock, doesn't mean that there isn't like a 1/10 of a second in there. But also the foul occurred before it went to 0-0, because you have to figure that the human factor in trying to stop, make the call. And the model will rim out, and that's the 1-on-1, okay. So that's the break at the half. It's going to be 27-10. Thunderbirds U14 squad with the lead over the Vegas Wildcats. You can see as well as I can see it's going to be white basketball. I mean, it's going to be the Wildcats basketball. They need to make a statement early here in the second half of play. They're down 17, and Hawk up and got fouled on the shot or the floor. I'd wait to see if it's on the floor shot. See here coming up. So it's going to be on the floor, possession foul. Ball will go out of bounds, and it'll be taken out on the baseline by the Wildcats, Wilberg. And again, a lot of things really done well by the Thunderbirds in that first half of play. Defense came to mind. They're very aggressive defensively, and offensively, well, they got some putbacks and some offensive glass, and that's a tough running one-hander that went. Wow. It's Edwards in the ballgame. She'll come back to meet the pass. So go to Miles, and now to Morrissey. Morrissey was a force and a half in that first half of play, and the ball will go over now, 27-12, and here's Draper with the basketball. This is what I mean. They have to come out and get 2 or 3 buckets here, and not allow 2 or 3 buckets either, not trade-off points. But Hawk on the drive, created the contact, puts the shot high off the glass. No good, didn't get the whistle. Morrissey with the rebound will find Landcore. Yeah, Landcore with the crossover, now Landcore. Try to wrap the pass around to the free throw line to Morrissey. She'll go to Edwards. That's going to be blocked by Draper. Draper hustling down on the wing, got the hand on the ball, knocked it out of bounds. Yes, we're going to have Edwards call for the break and just force the ball into Morrissey. Up, left it short, gets her own rebound, lost it. It's going to be Wilberg bring the ball out to Draper. The U14 Vegas Wildcats with the push on the far side. Edwards getting back in good position defensively. There's the ball dumped down inside. No. Tie everything but the basket. They look good. And then they steal the ball back. And Schiller looking. Decides to try to dribble the ball in. She was wanting to pass the ball up, but there was nobody there really open. And she'll come back to Hawk. Hawk, a good-looking player. They just got to get her some more touches of the basketball. She'll put it up and... oh, that second bounce I thought might happen for Wilberg. Schiller. Turns, fires, no good. Shot taken by Boudreaux. Wilberg blocked, and while she's sticking with it, I got to tell you, that's some more aggressive, intense play by the Wildcats in the first minute and a half here than we saw the whole first half. So they've definitely had a chat at halftime and some adjustments made. 27-12. Thunderbirds with the ball. They have the lead, and that's going to be a steal by Draper. Up and oh, she missed a little bunny there, and those are the kind of things that you just go to bed and think about them all night. Hawk passed up the open look and up inside the three-point arc, no good. Tell you, a lot more buzz coming off the Wildcats here in the second half of play. They just got to get that buzz to convert into baskets. Look at that, look at that. Hawk with the steal and the finish. They've got the lead to 13 at 27-14. And they have done it by just coming out with some good karma. I know there's a lot more to it than that, but that just kind of sums it all up in my mind. Simplifies. Landcore had it. Landcore might lose it. This is going to be who else? Hawk is there again. Hawk coming out, and somebody lit a fire under Hawk at halftime. I mean, she's playing up to her ability level now. She's a good athlete. It's going to be Draper to Hawk. Landcore there defensively, and what Hawk did wrong there, yeah, she got bailed out. She killed the dribble way up high with no purpose, and they got fouled by Landcore. It's okay, they're learning. And that will be Murphy coming in the ball game for Edwards. So Edwards, nice job in there. We'll get some high fives. I gotta brighten the lens up just a little bit. There we go. My viewfinder was dark. Draper, Murphy, free for all, ball on the floor, jump ball. And with 13-13 to go in the second half of play, this is shaping up like there could be one of those real big comebacks and have a close game at the end. Yeah, they're going to check. It should be Wildcat basketball.
Who had the all? Is that who we started?
Okay, so they're going to go blue basketball. And that will be, I'm looking to see, it's going to be Davin taking the ball out of bounds. Okay, so I was waiting to see. So Davin will take the ball out of bounds. And again, this is the U14 bracket of the tournament, the Bougiani Thunderbird tournament. I've already seen a U11. It was a good game. This is shaping up to be a good one. And got U16 coming up. Murphy will snap the pass off the Landcore. She wanted to roll to the baseline. The defense took that away. The paint opened up, and oh, look at Morrissey. Look at Morrissey. She missed it, but just the way she had that slide along the baseline, Morrissey from her butt will pass from behind. And she just made a highlight reel. Davin muscled her way down inside. She was at too tough an angle underneath the backboard to make the shot. Murphy puts it up, no good. Rebound tipped and controlled and up. Davin can't finish it. Morrissey can. That was relentless by the Thunderbirds. That was good stuff. Boudreaux came back to meet the pass. Got it to Draper. And then Murphy with the steal and blocked. Oh, Draper, I don't know how she got the block on that angle, but she did. And it was just nice job of staying back defensively and sticking with the play. We're at 29-14 Thunderbirds. But I'll tell you what, that had to be fired in there because it was in such tight quarters down low. And she completed it, but then Murphy rattled it around. No good. Ball, baseline, up. Davin, no. Davin, one more time, got tied up, kept it alive. She's in a lot of trouble, lost the basketball only for a second. Then they'll get it back. Thunderbirds will pull it out, look to the sideline, get the call from Coach Alicia Bougiani. And Davin with the ball fake created a pass lane, get the ball Morrissey. Oh, look at that move. That was beautiful. That was a college like Tennessee or UConn type move right there by Morrissey. Showed the ball, brought it around, did a 180 pivot. Morrissey with the ball, Amelia Morrissey, number 24, gave it up to Murphy. Murphy to midcourt, Murphy between circles. Murphy looking over to the sideline. Got it to Morrissey, off the glass and in. I tell you what, you want a low post option, Morrissey's providing that right here. 33-14. And Cloutier will be coming in the ballgame, or 13. That's tipped from Murphy, who hustles right to the padding on the wall and crashes into it. And Massey and Poljasic, number 14 and 15 for the Wildcats coming in. That's Amato, number 15. I know I missed another body coming in. I'm looking. Murphy, Landcore, Cloutier, Morrissey. Well, I'll pick it up some point. Cloutier with a nice steal into the front court, gets it under control, shoots short, rebound, and it's going to be Massey with it. Massey looking for Schiller, and Morrissey with the steal traveled. Yep. Tell you what, Morrissey covered a lot of territory to get that steal. And they'll bring it into Hawk, and Hawk in the back. Coral picked up by Landcourt. Landcourt, like I said, wearing that protective face shield out there, number 5. That's a good job defensively and offensively for Wilberg. Morrissey, now for Morrissey out of bounds. And you see him call the play out as one of the injuries I had missed was Brewer. Got a bloody nose for the Wildcats, and she's on the sideline with that. Schiller to Massey, and Murphy stepped out of bounds. Murphy with the steal. Murphy's just aggressive. I mean, there's no other better word I can think of because I'm not smart, but Murphy's just aggressive out there, offensively and defensively. That's Puljasic. She'll come around, fire it up. Almost got it to drop. Schiller got it. Weak side rebound by Jesse Schiller, and then fading away, able to muscle it up and over the top of the rim and in. 33-16, lead is at 17. Morrissey to Cloutier. Cloutier with a lane to the bucket. Gets the finish this time. Cloutier with the basket. 35-16, largest lead of the contest. Yeah, that's going to be on Murphy. That's her mad aggressiveness. She's a very physical player also. That's why Puljasic, right in front of the scores table, she will put the ball into play, and then checking in will be Kelsey Boudreau, number 24, for Schiller for the Wildcats. Okay, so everybody's in position, in place, and Massey will have the basketball. Massey had it slapped away by Murphy, and again Murphy just relentless with her application of pressure defensively. But we're at the 10-minute to go mark. Lancourt slapped the ball out of bounds. They're looking for Draper. Again, they need to put a run together, the Wildcats do. Pretty plain and simple. They need a run. Of course, the Thunderbirds doing all they can do to prevent that. They again on the boards. Cloutier had it, lost it, and then Morrissey fighting for it. Morrissey will get it, hand the ball off to Murphy. She'll take a bump and, of course, go forward again, and that's going to be a foul. Offensive foul called. Coach Alicia Coach Bougiani, who is usually very soft-spoken, didn't quite agree with the call. And they both have that right. Look at that, Puljasic with the left-hander, no good, rebound, and Amato will tie up. Boudreau and Davin coming in. Davin will come in for Murphy. Murphy will sit with those 4 fouls. But, as usual, she's left quite an impression on the ballgame, Murphy has. I tell you, I'd take her on my team in a minute. Gotta like the passion and the effort. And Draper dribbled the ball out of bounds, and it'll become blue basketball. Davin will take it out of bounds, number 12 right there in the light blue uniforms for the Thunderbirds. Cloutier with the catch. Cloutier with a bucket in the ballgame already. Cloutier split the defense, and I don't know if she touched the last. For slapped out of her hands defensively. I think it's going to be blue ball. Yeah, and it will be. It'll be blue ball on the baseline. Davin will take it right at the backboard of the Wildcats basket. They want to lob it down inside to Morrissey. That's tipped away by the defensive play there by Boudreau. Now to Puljasic. Puljasic to Massey. She'll duck underneath. There's the shot on the fade. No good. Rebound will come down to Morrissey. And Lancourt with it wants to go all the way back through the traffic on the baseline. And no, she didn't have a screen set. She'll pivot, find her teammate, Davin, and she will not get this English shot on the ball to spin it up and in, and jump ball. That's just being in a traffic jam. That's like trying to navigate Route 7 south between 2 in the afternoon and 8 at night. See, she needed a bypass down there to get a route to get out of that traffic, just like we need a bypass in Rutland. Nice catch on the run by Draper. And Draper will bring the ball back to Puljasic. She'll ball fake. Lancourt got help on the baseline by Morrissey, and that almost went. There's Amato with the rebound. She's going to outlet the ball to Cloutier. And Cloutier found the person on the trail, on the wing, on the drive, and I believe was slapped out of bounds, I believe, by Boudreau of the Wildcats. It's going to be blue basketball, and it's going to be Davin over in the not quite the farthest corner, but over in the corner here at the Common Avenue Gym. You're watching PEGTV, AAU basketball, Munger Vision. It all just kind of goes together. Been doing it since November of 1995. You think I would have improved by now, but hey, you're stuck with me because nobody else will cover it, and I love being here. And if it bugs you, just mute the sound out and watch the picture. That rattled twice, didn't happen either time, and believe Morrissey got the piece. So yeah, she came flying. I tell you what, Morrissey's the kind of player, I just don't want to sound like a bandwagoner or a fan club. I like to watch her play. She goes 150% and then laughs after a mistake. Not laughs like blows it off like, you know, goofy me. But she seems to enjoy the game. She's got a lot of natural talent. I tell you what, she gets the job done. And speaking of getting the job done, that's Hawk, and she's going to be going to the line. She's got to get her shoe tied up first. She's had a problem with that shoe the whole game. I've watched her tie it 3 times now. I'm going to go out with some of my electrical tape for her and wrap it around her laces in a sec. And so Hawk, all set. 35-16, 8:25 to go in the second half of play, and the Thunderbirds with the lead. 5 fouls as a team on the Thunderbirds, none yet on the Wildcats, and that shot will be good. That shot was perfect, actually. Now you can see Davin came back off a screen and uses a screen by Amato. And boy, I think they're going to call the foul on Tufar. Boudreaux will get the blocking foul called, and that's the first foul, the second half on the Wildcats. Obviously no shots coming up. It's a possession foul down along the baseline, taken out of bounds by Davin. They don't play anybody on the ball. Amato got it. 8 points for Amato, and she has played extremely well here for Coach Bougiani. Draper back to Poljasic. Poljasic ball fake, running one-hander, high in the air, front rim. Landcore with the rebound, and Landcore decides she's going to take the ball down the floor herself. And timeout. Okay, I couldn't timeout called, so Coach Bougiani, Alicia, wants to call a timeout. And yeah, I'll get you the roster here one more time in the ball game. Lauren Edwards is number 1. Elizabeth Swain wears 3. Courtney Landcore is 5. Jessica Perry wears 10. Emily Davin's 12. Holly Cloutier is number 13. Ashley McCormick wears 14. Sarah Miles is 20. Katrina Murphy 22. Amelia Morrissey 24. And Grace Amato is number 50. And now I'll find Coach Draper. There he is. He's got Jesse Schiller, number 1, Tori Draper, 5, Corey Brewer, 11, Megan Wilberg, number 12, Kristen Massey, 14, Chelsea Poljasic, 15, Elizabeth Hawk, 23, and Kelsey Boudreaux is number 24. And the score with 7:59 to go in the second half of play. It's a 20-point lead for the Thunderbirds U14 squad at 37-17. And how's that? Got that all worked into a timeout. That's multitasking in a short period of time. When you get to be my age, that's what happens. That time's ticking, so you gotta cram everything in you can. Okay, so they'll hand the ball off, and Davin will look, and Landcore will just pop down and get open, and that's going to be Draper on her defensively. And that pass will come up to Amato, and Amato with a few pivots, and had the ball knocked away. That's tipped, so it won't be a back court. It'll be picked up by Landcore. They wanted a screen set on the left side. She came all the way back, and that's a foul. I meant to ask Landcore last night, but I never got a chance to at the clinic. But why she was wearing that, if it's a broken cheekbone or a orbital socket or a nose or what. But that was a pretty good shot right there. And look, Davin didn't know the pass was coming, and it's going to become a turnover. And I tell you, they need to take advantage of these turnovers. And I'm not sure. I think that might have got blocked from behind on Schiller and hit the backboard hard and came off to Amato. And now it'll be Landcore. She'll spin away and work it over the midcourt stripe with a pass that will get to Davin. Davin on the edge of the paint. Davin up there, no good. And the ball will come right back. And that was blocked out of bounds. With some authority, I might say. And I just need a number. That is Brewer. She's got the nosebleed stop. She'll just dump the ball down inside as the pressure in the backcourt has been pulled back now defensively by the Thunderbirds. And Poljasic to Hawk, and that pass tipped. She was looking for Schiller, and it should stay down and it will be with the Wildcats. Yeah, like I said, it's a 20-point lead right now. The formula, it's quite complicated. I don't know the whole assessment of the formula. Oh, it's blocked by Amato and comes up to land court. As far as determining the overall winner of the tournament for their age brackets, I know your wins and losses, obviously. Margins of victory count, and there's all kinds of tiebreakers and stuff, but this will be a big win for the Thunderbirds U14 squad. Hawk open, could have drove to the hole, like to take the 12-footer, shot no good. Poljasic will get the rebound. She'll stand outside the arc, pass up the shot. Hawk wants to give it back to her. Landcourt at the last second, recognized it, got a hand up, knocked the pass away. It'll come down to McCormick, and McCormick will just retrieve the ball and set her feet, square fire, and no. In Amato now with 10 points in the ball game. An offensive putback for Amato, and I tell you what, like I said, she's played very well here this morning in this basketball game. You see Hawk holding the ball with Landcourt there. Hawk with the crossover and trying to open up her shooting hand. Does. Shot no good. Amato will not only get great position on the box out, but then find the outlet pass to Landcourt. She'll lob it into the front court to McCormick. She got to the baseline, and that's a good job by Schiller and made her pass the ball up top. That shot will be no good. There's the follow-up, and I'll tell you what, Landcourt will not get it either. Couple chances in close, and Amato will pick up the foul as Brewer was fouled. Yeah, and that is going to be Miles coming in for Amato, who needs a sub. And tell you what, Amato, outstanding job in the ballgame. And they're going to bring in Murphy also. Yeah, so Landcourt will sit down, and everybody playing well for the Thunderbirds with just 5:48 to go. They're up by 22, 39-17. Massey is checked in the ball game for the Wildcats. She had the drive and the shot and be off the mark. And Murphy playing with those 4 fouls. I expect her to stay completely aggressive. And that was Cloutier came up, set the screen. That kind of opened the play up. Miles wants to go to the baseline, and well, she had her mind set and determined. She was taking the baseline. And the foul was picked up on the Wildcats. That'll be their 3rd team foul. Tell you what, they're living right, because that pass should never have been completed. McCormick able to retrieve it, gets it to Miles. She'll step inside, and boy, I tell you, they're able to get the ball down low. I'm talking about the Thunderbirds with relatively a lot of ease here in this contest. And that outlet pass intended for Massey, and then Massey was fouled by Cloutier. Yeah, 1-3 is Cloutier, and that is the foul. And that will be the 7th foul, and that will be the 1-on-1 now. And yeah, you can see him coming down to take the shots. So Massey will step in there, and again, every shot critical when you're down by 22. Massey usually pretty good from the free throw line. We'll see what she does here. There's Kristen Wyatt, and no. Looked good when it left her hand, just came off the rim from the side, and the ball was chased down by Davin. Now to Murphy. To Miles. Nope, tried to bank it in, and no good. And of course, Murphy just all-out hustle, almost crashed into Mrs. Cloutier down there, taking the pictures along the baseline. Taking pictures at a ball game is risky business. I mean, you know, you got to be on your toes down there along the baseline sideline area. That's why I stay up out of the way with the video camera, because I'm really safe and I'm a wimp and I don't get hit. Nice shot by Schiller in the basket. 39-19, 4:45 to go. Thunderbirds with the ball, Thunderbirds with the lead. Yeah, and they wanted to post up Miles. She was double teamed. They'll kick it back out. McCormick with the miss and the follow-up. McCormick with the shot, no good. McCormick with the rebound one more time. And McCormick just finally said, I'll take a break. That's going to be from the outside off the front of the rim, no good. Miles, whoa. That was a big-time rebound, and then the fadeaway off the glass and in. That was a big-time basket. 41-19. They were looking for the give and go, and that was pretty well defended. And it'll be picked up. Massey harassing Davin in the backcourt. Will come to Murphy. Murphy sees the double team and will dribble all the way back and around and never really let it develop on her. Hawk there defensively will force her to give the ball back to Davin. Will come now, and Cloutier fakes, fires, partially blocked, almost became a pass. It'll be taken away by Wilberg. She'll pivot a few times and then find Hawk on the outlet pass on the far side of the Convent Avenue gym. Yeah, we got a timeout taken by Coach Draper as he's going to insert into the lineup Boudreaux, number 24. Well, I can tell you about some future games, sporting events coming up on Munger Vision on PEGTV Channel 15. As we take a look at the Wildcat huddle, I can tell you that there's a lot more MSJ boys varsity baseball action to be seen and a lot more Mill River softball action to be seen. Got the Mill River Otter Valley matchup coming up. Mill River taking on Bellows Falls. Both of those are big matchups, league contests, and I'll have them both, weather permitting, for you on PEGTV Channel 15 Munger Vision. Also, the MSJ boys varsity baseball team having a pretty darn good season under Coach Glenn Carter. They are in a position to get a home playoff game, so they have a lot of games coming up in the month of May. Also, I know it's been a week now, but Sam Garuso and Ron Fairbanks had me videotape the Loyalty Day Parade, and you can be watching that on Channel 15 also. So, I mean, it's the only station you really need, honestly. I mean, other than, like, I like Law & Order CI, so I need, you know, that channel for that. But other than that, on 15, Channel 20, 21, I need public access, really. It's got everything you need. That shot, no good. Rebound, up, and no, and wow, 3 chances, can't convert. Kind of sums up their way their ball game's gone today for them. They're going to dump it down inside to Massey, catch fire on the run. No good. Miles with the rebound will come out to Murphy. Murphy will go forward and just lost the ball in the dribble. Hawk wants to dump it up to Massey. Massey with a 1-on-2 will give it back to Hawk. Stops, pops, drops it. That was pretty both ways. Massey and Hawk working the ball down the floor will get the basket and cuts the lead to 41-21. Lancor lost the dribble. Will come back to Murphy, and somebody on the stands wants to travel call one of the stand officials. Tipped is what Rob's trying to get their attention and saying, yes. So the ball was tipped and it'll become white basketball. 2:58 to go in this ball game. I don't have to worry about overtime. This is a U14 bracket. I know I have a U16 game coming up next. We'll watch Massey shoot short and rebound Miles. Miles working around Wilberg will come to Murphy. Murphy looks like she's going to survive the game with the 4 fouls. That'll be chased down by Miles, and Murphy for a 3-ball. No, that's one of the rare, I believe the first 3-point attempt actually. Murphy with that great court awareness looked over her head, tipped the ball away to Lancor. Lancor just got hit in the face. Oh, that hurts, yeah. Yeah. Protective shield or not, she got smacked in the face and all of that. Whatever the injury is, to need a shirt, that's gotta hurt. And I'm not sure, like I said, what the, looks like Davin's gonna come in for Murphy, and I know she's tough and wants to shake it off and stay in the ball game, but like I said, it's got to be a painful enough injury. The way she's holding herself, I would say it's her nose, but she's coming out. I know she'd want to stay in there, but oh, that hurt. I don't know what the injury is, but it hurt me to watch.
We have blue ball, folks. Play ball.
So yeah, okay, so we're all set to get back into the ball game. The clock stopped at 2:26 to go for the injury timeout. Davin does come in for her. And side out right here in front. I lost track of actually who had the ball. It's going to be side out, taken out by Edwards. And so Edwards, wearing number 1, will easily get the ball on the plate. Davin. So they're going to run a little weave up top, run a little motion up top, let that clock tick away. And they had a little exchange problem with the handoff, but Edwards pivots. Edwards in the crowd. Edwards will get the ball back, and this will be Murphy. Murphy to McCormick, to the bucket, and no. Boy, she squared up nicely, too, to take the shot. Wilberg's pass taken away by Davin. She'll go up and rims out on her. Miles got fouled. She went up and down, but she got fouled. And I think, yeah, there will be shots on this also. So Miles will head to the line to take some shots, and she'll get it. First one will make it a 42-21 ball game.
Are you looking for Courtney's bag?
Yeah, so she'll get set for the second shot to make some subs as Wilberg and Brewer come out of the ball game. They're looking for Hawk on the long outlet pass, and boy, out of nowhere, Boudreaux stole the ball and got it. So Boudreaux with the steal and the basket. And it makes it a 42-23 Thunderbird lead. They got a 2-on-1. Miles fades away from the defense, and people on the floor, fouls being called. It's been a barn burner here. And they're going to send Murphy to the line, and she'll shoot a few free throws. And you can see Landcourt with a bag of ice right on the bridge of the nose. And I had mine broke a couple times, if that's what she's got. And there's nothing like having it broken and then get popped in it again. Of course, hers was accidental. Mine was because I never knew when to be quiet. But a lesson I still haven't learned, according to many people. So right now we're just winding down the final 90 seconds of what will become a big win for the Thunderbirds U14 squad over the Wildcats. And again, you know, their offense obviously was very good, but a lot of it was just too much Morrissey in the first half, too much Murphy in the middle, and then just too much team defense all the way through the contest. And let them bowl through right there, and it's going to bring it back to Dab, and they're just running that motion up top. And Hawk, Edwards, they're just going to hand it off down to under a minute now. Now they'll double team. Massey had it. Massey will go to the floor. Ball still free, jump ball. That is tough basketball. Yeah, and I think it's going to be blue ball. Yeah, Edwards thinks so too. She's going to take the ball out of bounds. So Edwards looking, finding, and that's going to be Murphy with the basketball. She'll dump the ball down to Edwards, who's open, wants to push the ball inside to Miles. Yeah, and that'll be an up and down and a 3-second call. They'll go with the 3-second call first. Yeah, and so Draper back in number 5, along with 15 Poljasic. Backdoor cut, nice execution. Oh, just set on the rim, wouldn't drop in there. Tipped around, comes back, up, short, ball picked up, controlled by the Wildcats. Massey fades, no good. And the rebound ended up in Edwards' hands, and with just 24 seconds to go, Murphy will dribble the ball down toward midcourt and cross midcourt to Edwards. Big collision behind the play, no whistle on the call. And there's a running one-hander along the baseline, and with just 11 seconds to go, it becomes a 45-23 lead for the Wildcats. And Hawk on the move to the hole lost the ball out of bounds, and just 5.7 seconds to go in this AAU basketball game, coming to you from the Bougiani tournament. Actually, I mean, she technically doesn't have to cross the timeline. There it is, and the U14 Thunderbirds will win it 45-23 over the Wildcats. So congratulations for both teams, a good effort both ways, and I'll see you with more tournament action on PEGTV.